It's Wednesday, July 21st, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, a coalition of Missouri state cannabis activists, including Fair Access Missouri, has submitted 4 distinct proposals to place cannabis reforms on the state's 2022 midterm elections ballot, a step that follows other activist organizations preparing their own signature gathering drives for cannabis voter initiatives. Likewise, other advocates are attempting to persuade the state legislature to enact a measure that would next year put the legalization issue to the voters. 3 of the proposed measures, in addition to recreational cannabis legalization, would change the state's medicinal cannabis policy. They would, among other things, eliminate licensure limits, revoke the application scoring system, lower patient expenses, permit patients to obtain a 1-year supply rather than 90 days, permit nurses and psychologists to suggest medical cannabis, erase some constraints on industry involvement qualification for individuals with previous cannabis convictions, and up the amount of patients that a caregiver can see. Furthermore, Fair Access Missouri is also interested in greater reforms, and 3 of its proposals would do this by establishing a controlled adult-use cannabis sector. Next up, as per recently released U.S. government statistics, the amount of financial institutions that disclose engaging with cannabis businesses stayed constant during the last quarter. For the latter 3 quarters of 2020, those figures had been steadily falling, owing in part to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network's new reporting requirements, as well as the coronavirus pandemic. However, over the last 2 quarters, the numbers appear to have leveled off. There were 684 financial institutions that have issued reports stating that they were engaging with cannabis businesses as of March 31st. This is the same as the prior quarter, albeit it is still down from a high of 747 in late 2019. Since hemp was legalized federally with the 2018 Farm Bill, FinCEN, which is affiliated with the Treasury Department, discontinued counting hemp-exclusive companies in its quarterly reports, which explains at least part of the drop when contrasted to previous data that included hemp businesses. Last up, cannabis legalization and the existence of retailers, according to a recent analysis, actually enhances home property values. Clever Real Estate's study, which is based on data from Zillow, the U.S. Census, and additional sources, found that from 2017 to 2019, home values increased $6,338 more in states where marijuana is legal in some form compared to states that haven't legalized marijuana. Legalizing and taxing cannabis generates revenue for states, which contributes to the higher value. It was also discovered that this revenue translated into new investment in things such as public services and infrastructure, which boosts property values. As per the report, every $1 million in new tax revenue from cannabis retail increases home prices by $470. States that allow for recreational consumption saw the largest increases in property value. Furthermore, the existence of cannabis dispensaries in the area appears to be linked to a rise in property values. That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com. And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts, like Hash It Out, Careers in Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation, wherever you get your podcasts. For trichomes.com, I'm RJ Balde, signing off.